Hey guys, how's it going? Here's my Glory of the Uldir Raider achievement guide. Let's check it out. Alright guys, elevator music. Burn talc to 35%. Once the elevator starts moving, spread out. Have somebody on either side of the circle. You'll be able to see those red balls of energy right there. They're called the Orbs of Harmony for the achievement. We use a demon hunter, jumps off, glides, looks to the left, to the right. He's able to spot him. Once you get to the bottom, kill him. Achievement's yours. If you have to reset this achievement, it's really easy. Just have everybody jump off the edge. You'll die, and you'll be able to res back again at the top. The second achievement is a bit more difficult. When you get into the room, you're going to pull Mother, grab her, pull her into one of the corners. There are a total of 6 buttons. It doesn't really matter which button you push in each of the 3 chambers. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to figure out what the order you need to push these buttons in. So chamber 1, 2, 3, push one of the 2 buttons. If the button goes black, then you know that that's the first button. If the button flashes at you, then you know that it's not the first button. You're going to do that in all 3 chambers until you get the correct combination. So for example, if I push a button in the first chamber and it flashes at me, then I know it's not the first button. I push the button in the second chamber, it goes black. Push the button in the third chamber, it goes black. We know the combination is chamber 2, chamber 3, chamber 1, and then you kill Mother. Alright guys, third achievement is Smash Mouth, All Stars. What you want to do is not stack up, which is exactly what you see us doing here in this video. What you want to do is you want to have somebody gain threat on the Fetid Devourer, and you want to rotate in the people that are in your group, because Terrible Thrash is actually going to hit the closest person who has threat. So rotating your DPS out to the tank, have somebody taunt off the tank before you kill him, make sure there's a Terrible Thrash count so the tank can get hit by it, have the tank taunt back, burn the Fetid Devourer. It's fairly simple. Alright guys, fourth achievement, now we got Bad Blood, actually starts across the hall from Vectis. You're going to want to pull War Mother Rakali into the room, do not kill her. The one thing that you're really going to want to be aware of while you're inside this room as well with Vectis is do not kill him until he goes into his liquefy form. He will not cast Plague Bomb outside of it. So you see these giant circles over there. You're going to want to run War Mother Rakali into it. She's going to get hit with Plague Bomb. She'll get big. She'll get all raged up. You can kill her, and then you can kill Vectis. And that's pretty much it. Alright guys, this next achievement is actually very easy. The hardest part about it is actually getting the Puzzlebox of Yogg-Saron, which I made a guide for, and I will link it in the description. All you gotta do is you see Yogg-Saron's ugly face back there, you just gotta use the puzzle box. A nice little Rubik's Cube's gonna pop up looking like it's solving itself. If it's shooting out these little black swirlies on the ground, then you know you've done it right. Once that happens, there's nothing else that you need to do. You can just go ahead and kill Zekboz. Alright guys, on to the 6th achievement, Edgelords. This achievement is fairly simple. One thing you're really going to want to make sure you're aware of is Dark Revelation. Once that's cast and it is dispelled or the cast is finished on an individual, it's going to summon those little minions. They will fear you, and they will fear you into the middle. So the whole point of this achievement is to make sure that you do not step foot into the middle there. This giant hexagon square looking shape there in the middle. You're going to want to stay at a range, you're going to want to burn them down so not getting feared. Bringing a priest to dispel those minions is super important. Make sure you keep your back to this wall here. We put a little symbol because once he goes to 40%, he will do a giant knockback. In phase 2, when he comes to, the biggest thing that you're going to want to do is burn him. Because minions will spawn, they will fear you, but also there's an ability called Death Wish, and what it's going to do is it's going to pick people and they're going to randomly run towards the edge, jump off, and kill themselves. So if you guys can manage all that and kill them without going in the middle, it's easy achievement. Alright guys, the 7th achievement is Existential Crisis. The main parts of this fight is the Existence Fragment, these little green orbs that you're going to leave on the ground, while you have the debuff Annihilation. Now Annihilation, each stack is going to remove 1% of your health, and Existential Fragment will remove 2 stacks when you pick it up. So you want to make sure that you spread out across the room and make dividers. Now you see me here kind of attacking my partner. These Oblivion Spheres are going to be put on the ground. Your partner's going to be MC'd and stunned within it. You can hit them, use ranged attacks, and it will push them outside of it. So just make sure that you're creating your own little areas, you're picking up your own existence fragments, and you're not allowing anybody else to kind of come inside your space. Now in phase 2, these 2 giant adds are going to come out. You're going to want to make sure that you're tanking them and you're still picking up these fragments within your own kind of little space. Remember, try to divide the room and keep your own areas. The big thing that you're going to want to pay attention to is this Essence Shear. What it's going to do is it's going to put a debuff on you that will no longer allow you to drop existence fragments. Now, as much as that's a good thing because we're not trying to pick them up, it's a bad thing because you're not going to be able to restore your health. So you really got to make sure that you're careful within this area, you're killing the big guys quick, or you're taunt swapping them to make sure that somebody with the essence sheer debuff isn't getting hit again and ending up with a lot of stacks of this annihilation debuff later on in the fight. The final achievement is called Double Dribble. All you gotta do is run the power matrix all the way from where it spawns in the little triangle over to the re-origination drive. You're gonna be slowed. It's gonna slow you by 20%, increasing every 2 seconds. But you don't wanna move anyway, so if you have the power matrix, you're not gonna wanna move at all. What we did is we made 2 groups of 2 people, and then the timings ended up working out perfectly, where when the team on the left was finished with theirs, we could do ours on the right, and by the time we were finished with ours on the right, they could do theirs on the left. All you want to do is have somebody pick it up on the triangle and communicate the distance that you're able to throw it, try to throw it at the max level. We ended up doing a DPS and a healer because in the current content, the assists actually did enough damage where we ended up needing quite a bit of healing to keep each other alive. Depending on when you're watching this information may be completely irrelevant, but just make sure that you're not walking. You can turn around as you see us doing here, but just make sure you're not walking backwards, forwards, left, right. I would track this achievement while you were doing it, but otherwise, if you do this correctly, you should be able to get the mount, you should be able to get the achievement. Now, phases 2 and 3 do not matter. You can do them to completion, or you can just burn them down. Good luck.